Whispers float in empty halls, footsteps echo down the walls. Shadows break where secrets lie. Every echo holds a hidden sign. Blow the trace along a crime, a hush that haunts the night, a fear that lives in light. Unravel lines of twisted lies. In the dark, the story waits unseen.
And here we go.
Whispers float in empty halls, footsteps echo down the walls. Shadows break where secrets lie. Every echo holds a hidden sign. Blow the trace along a crime, a hush that haunts the night, a fear that lives in light. Unravel lines of twisted lies. In the dark, the story waits unseen.
And here we go.
Oh, there I am. Hey guys, hold on. Let me where is my thing? I want to put us in the sky. I want to put us in the sky. See if it does it. Oh, it's gonna be stupid today, huh? Okay. There we go. Oh, where's my thing at? Why isn't it showing my... It should be able to show my captions on the bottom. I don't know why it's not doing that. Hold on 1 second. There we go. Oh, I took it off. Weird. Okay. Hi. So I can only be here until 7. So there's gonna be quick readings, quick questions. Keep the lights on live. That's where I'm at right now. Because I've been focusing everything on my cases, and I have one more thing I want to do on Camilla because it's driving me crazy. But yeah, I'm really live. That's me. I'm here. I'm here barely. I have a reading at 7, so I'm only here for an hour. And then I don't know. I don't think anybody will want readings later, so I probably won't be back. I'll probably go to TikTok or something. Hey, Happy New Year. Oh, wait. Where is my chat is not showing on the screen. Hold on a second. There we go. That's what I wanted. I'm getting annoyed because my ball keeps turning itself off. This one. And I don't know why. These are new. I don't get it. But yep, I'm here for an hour anyways. To do intuitive guidance questions. Hey, yeah, you too. Happy holidays. Well, happy belated holidays. Glad they're over, honestly. I'm glad we're in a new year. I know, that one keeps turning, like, I don't know why, it just doesn't stay on. It's kind of frustrating me. There's only one that's nice, and all the other ones, like, keep turning themselves off. Hey, Trista. So, yep, you guys have me here for an hour. And then have a reading, and then, I don't know, I'll probably go on TikTok if I'm alive. My eyes have been bugging me. Bye, it's my exactly. We made it out alive. Hey, Rebecca. Sorry, I'm gonna be putting in eye drops. I could put in as much as I want of these ones, but my eyes have been like burning for a couple days, so I'm back to having eye issues. I don't know what's going on. So, hey, Ashley, I added you as a mod, so I don't know if you saw it. What? I moved the REM pod up there. We'll see if it goes off. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out where the best place for it is. Oh yeah, I keep going down rabbit holes. I know, that's ridiculous. I don't know that case. Like I said, in my post, like my chart won't let me leave something alone if something isn't sitting right with me, and so I tend to get a little obsessive over certain cases if they don't sit right with me, because it's like I want the truth exposed, or something that's being missed exposed, and like literally I only have that with certain cases, and like Camilla, like when I wake up in the morning, I just start thinking about it, and I've been going over the cards in my mind. I do that because sometimes I have to step back and look at things and kind of figure it out that way. Like sometimes things don't make sense right away to me. I have to sit back and like, kind of go over it in my mind. So I do have, I think, one more video I want to get out of her, but yeah, I'm here working, trying to keep everything on because I've been focusing so much on cases. So that's where I'm at. You can ask a medical related question, and yeah, I can't diagnose, but basically I'll tell you what, the way the medical questions work out is I can give you what spirit gives you as far as things to be looked at and things like that, something that could possibly be going on, but yeah, I can't diagnose, but yeah, I'm a medical medium. I do medical stuff, but I just like to let people know that because I do, yeah, and they're pretty accurate. It's just, like I always tell people, can't diagnose, and usually it's like, this needs to be checked, this needs to be looked at, this needs to be done, like that kind of thing. Basically how they work. But it is 15 for one, or you could do 2 for 25, which you save $5. You want to do 2. And if you don't get me on the live, you can always do an email question. I have one email question I got to get to Michelle. I know she sent me one. I haven't got to it yet, but I will. The hole is very deep, Tracy. And I know I keep starting it, and we keep going down rabbit holes. But there was I heard today there was 3 shell casings. I don't know. It's weird to me too. Something's not sitting right with me on this one. I can't. Could be completely wrong. I could be told. It could all be just energetically around her, but the spiritual backing isn't there for what they're saying. Okay. Yeah, it's something weird. I don't know. Like I said, that's literally in my chart to pull out when things aren't right. That's just part of the work that I do and how I'm wired. And if I can't leave something alone, it's for a reason. So, and I can't leave it alone. Like literally, it's on my brain all the time. It has to be, but yet I can't see everything. You know, as much as I could, which I wish I could. Thanks to Neptune. Hey, love, not doing free questions, energy exchange. I got to keep my lights on here. So, but I'm sure they are, as long as they're being taken care of. Usually, patients have one foot here on one side and 1 foot on the other side. So. Hey, welcome. Yeah, I've been trying to get live earlier for you guys so we could get some people that don't normally come whenever I do late ones, but. Yeah. That's true. Something is not right when you watch me spiral. That is true. There's a reason for it. My system flags it and I can't help it. And like, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. Like, you know, someone walks off, I say it. So, you're welcome. Okay, what's your question, Jeff? No? I usually answer everything. Just know that free will is involved and it's, you know, most likely possibility, although a lot of the stuff I predict come true. So I usually answer everything just as long as people know, like, I'm not like I can't diagnose or anything like that. But no, as long as people understand all of that, then you usually ask anything. Oh, that's great, Chuck. I'm glad to hear that. Really glad to hear that. Yes, they are. I guess I should get my paper just in case. Yeah. Hold on. I need to get my notebook over here. There goes those dogs again. Ridiculous dogs. If I can find one that's empty. Hold on. I thought that one was, but I don't think it is. Come here. Hey! I know, I'm early tonight. I'm only here for an hour, though. I would come back, but I don't think a lot of people would be here if I came back later. Well, maybe it's the weekend, but... What are you doing, Ty? I think a lot of it is stress, Jessica, but if you haven't had, you know, the womanly thing that we go to do, I would go get that done because they're saying that there's something specific that needs to be checked without getting too personal here in the way that, you know, we're talking about this. Some of it I feel is hormonal and stress, though. How old are you? No, you're fine. It doesn't come across as anything like bad. Like it's gonna be something that's fixable. Do you know what I mean? Like I want you to quit stressing over it because it's not coming across as anything that is like I know that you're like overly worried because you are the only parent left. And so I think you're overly stressing because of that. And okay. Because I do think it is like hormones and stress, but there is one more thing that's coming up that I think that they're gonna check um that they'll come up with, but it's something that's fixable. Do you know what I mean? Like it's either your hormones are off, your stress is off. But see, when we stress, which I know that you've been under a lot of stress, that can make everything off. Do you know what I mean? And if were you on birth control before? Yeah, a lot of it's stress. I need, like I said, these ones keep going off. Like, see, it just there. Oh, yes, it's working. Um, were you on that before? Because it's almost like your body is trying to re-regulate something, if that makes sense. It's almost like stress hormones, and then your body's trying to re-regulate. So I don't know if you were on birth control before or something of that sort, because that's what they're trying to tell me. Like your body's trying to get used to changes. Okay. Was that one with did the IUD have was it copper or was it the other one with the stuff like the hormones in it? It can stress can, yes. And I think too, like she's so worried because what happened with her husband and she's the only one that's here, so she's like worried. She's over worrying about it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, Venmo's okay, Michelle. Just Cash App is still messed up. My ex offered to pay for it, but me, I'm like, oh no, and I should have said, oh yeah. That was 2020. That was 5 years ago. So I just feel like your body needs to like re-regulate. Like that's what they're talking about. Like it needs to like re-regulate. I don't think it's anything like as serious as you're thinking. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not coming across as like anything super serious. But it's gonna be good to go get checked out because you're gonna figure out like what's going on. But it does feel stress hormone related kind of thing. And your guides are saying they want you to quit worrying so much because I feel like you are overly worried about different things because you don't want to leave your kids or you don't want anything to happen because you're the only one. You know what I mean? But they're not saying it's anything serious. So have you been irregular? Okay, Michelle, thank you. Oh, okay, so that's why your body's just trying to regulate, I guess. Um, okay. So your IUD, I'm guessing, is out now, and that did that have hormones in it? Because like I said, I keep getting something about like your body is trying to re-regulate or kind of get back on track. Do you know what I mean? And then again, the stress, but there is something about hormones and stress, and then your body trying to re-regulate. Do you know what I mean? That's why I was getting birth control, because sometimes when you're on birth control for a while, and then you get off, like you don't have your period for a while, and then it becomes irregular, and then like, you know what I mean? Like that's kind of how it works, because I had one, but it was copper. It wasn't the, so like we're talking about this live is like weird, but so I don't know if you had the Mirena. I'm hearing that, so I don't know if that's the one you had or you had the copper one. Okay. And I don't know much about like the female anatomy, believe it or not. So would you still kind of have one with your ovaries or no? I don't know how that works. Because they keep leading me back to the birth control, hormones, and stress, and re-regulation. Okay. I didn't even know the name of it, but Spirit gave that to me because I'm like, well, what is it called? Okay, so it had the hormones in it then. And when did you got that taken out 5 years ago? Or when did you get that taken out? When they took the other stuff? So those hormones and everything like stays in your body for it really throws everything out of whack for a while. I know it did for me, and I only had the copper one. So that's what they're talking about. It's like they take me back to the birth control, back to the hormones, and back to like your stress. But and again, they're saying that it's good that you're going because whatever it is, they'll figure out and fix. So it doesn't feel like it's, like I said, I can't diagnose, but it doesn't feel like it's like serious to where they can't fix whatever's going on. Do you know what I mean? And I could be picking up on like everything that you were going through the last 5 years, because your body would still adjust to that. So it does feel there is something that could be kind of related to that surgery that you had, but like I said, it doesn't feel like it's not anything that can't be fixed. Do you know what I mean? Like it feels like it's fixable. And there could be, this isn't like something set in stone, but there could be some sort of like outpatient surgery or some sort of procedure that needs to be done. It's not going to be like anything serious where you're in the hospital. It feels like an outpatient procedure or something of that sort. But Spirit wants you to quit stressing, and I think, you know, if you can, talk to your doctor and see if ashwagandha would be something, because your cortisol levels are off, which is understandable with everything that you've been going through. So that'll help with your cortisol levels as well. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm getting like hormones and then stress and then re-regulation of her body for some reason, and then there might be some sort of little procedure they need to do because of the prior surgery. If that makes sense. So it's like all those things together, but yeah, look into ashwagandha, see if you can take it. I think it will help with your cortisol stress levels. I just started taking it again. I used to take it all the time because it really does like help you sleep and help with your cortisol. But I always tell people to make sure that it's something that they can take. So, because some people can't take it, but most people can. Yeah. So that's why I'm saying, like, it feels, again, hormones, stress, re-regulation of your body in some aspect, and then something to do with that surgery you had done, that it's fixable and it'll be okay. So that's the way that it's coming in, okay? You have to let me know how it goes, so just email me and let me know. Thanks. It's actually not me, it's for guides. I just, with that part, I don't know much. I'm not a doctor, so spirits try to like teach me a lot of medical stuff from other readings and stuff, but when I haven't had a lot with these kinds of things, so it's different for me. You're welcome. Yeah, you're gonna be okay. They're telling. I mean, I don't make predictions about life, but like how long someone will live. But they told me you have a long life, so don't worry about it. You're gonna be around for your kids for a while. Okay. Now let's see. I think Michelle was next, or did somebody else ask? So I make sure I'm not missing. And yeah, this is my job, and like I said, trying to. I'm really behind in everything, so I've been trying to look for something else without any luck. Okay, I think Michelle was the next one. All right, Michelle, first ask your first question, then ask your second question. And I'm only going to be here till 7 o'clock tonight, and then I don't know. I don't know if I should come back here or go to TikTok. It depends. I don't like to go to TikTok, but I need to go where I can do what I need to do. All right, Michelle, ask your first question, and then we'll do your second question. That's why I was looking. I don't see anybody that I'm missing. They asked, but they hadn't paid, so it was like I don't think there was anybody ahead of you. Mm-hmm. Have we talked about? I know. Well, that's what I'm saying. I have to go where you know how far behind I am, Tracy. So, not that I want to. Have they checked you for lupus? Have we talked about your health stuff before? That doesn't seem familiar to me. Okay, so you do have lupus? Because I feel that's a huge part of the problem. It's in the description box. You go to the description box, the Linktree is there. I did have a QR code up. I don't know where that went. There it is. Put it back. It disappeared. So if you go in the description box right here below, there's a Linktree. Okay. mushrooms would be helpful to you. So I feel like that's like the biggest thing is the lupus. So you've already been diagnosed with that. Are you worried about something else? Because you know lupus causes a lot of different things, including a lot of pain and whatnot. And I don't, and like, are you like super achy? Because I'm starting to feel like really achy. And okay. I mean, I think that's like the main thing, but I do feel like a branch off of like another it's like an anti-inflammatory. It's like an inflammatory. So, my brain is going blank on what it's called. Okay. I think in the next couple years, there's gonna be some advancements with lupus and things like it. But I'm getting autoimmune. That's what I was trying to think of. Autoimmune. And so, have you tried cherry juice? Because cherry juice, like the what is it called? The tart cherry juice helps with achiness. Because when I was having a problem with my fibromyalgia, I would drink that, and it would help a lot with the achiness. So, you know, vitamin D is really good too because when you have fibromyalgia, you're low in vitamin D. So, vitamin D is something to look into. Mushrooms, like a mushroom mix, would be good for you. And yeah, you know that fibromyalgia actually you can work on that. It's a lot. It aligns with like mental health and emotions. So a lot of times when people have trauma and things in their life that is unhealed, it kind of like manifests in the body that it aligns with that. So, you know, mental health is really important when it comes to fibromyalgia. It'll lessen your issues. When I was living where I used to live and I had stress all the time and I had unhealed parts of myself and trauma and all of that, like I had a really hard time with my fibromyalgia. So, but since I moved out here and I'm away from all that, that's very different. It's cherry juice, like tart cherry juice. Yeah, and so is off the charts. What do you mean? Your vitamin D is off the charts bad? Like low or high? So usually with fibromyalgia, it's low. But it's cherry juice, like the tart cherry juice. It's kind of expensive, but it does work with like achiness. It helps with achiness. I mean, it's all along with what you have. But a lot of times, has your magnesium been checked? Because migraines tend to come from low magnesium as well. But lupus affects the brain, I'm pretty sure, if I remember right. So the thing is when you have all of these autoimmune diseases, it's weird that it's high because fibromyalgia is usually low. Well, if it's high, then listen to your doctor. But that's why I said check your vitamin D because usually it's low with fibromyalgia. But it might, depending on how much you take, you might be overtaking, so that could be making it high. So all of this stuff that you're talking about is aligned with the lupus and the issues that you have. I'm pretty sure that lupus affects the brain, if I remember right. So lupus is the huge thing that I'm getting with you. I think diet is a big thing. An anti-inflammatory diet would be something that would benefit you if you could do something like that. There's all kinds of, you look up anti-inflammatory diet and see the foods that you can eat and can't eat in regards to what can help you with your inflammation. If you can, turmeric is really good for anti-inflammatory, and then, like I said, the cherry juice. Yeah, have your magnesium checked. That can bring on migraines, or if you're not drinking enough water. But again, I feel like, because I do feel like you don't drink enough water, or there's a little bit of dehydration there. And then, yeah, I would check your magnesium. But cherry juice, they do have also mushroom, it's like a mushroom supplement, and it has all the different kinds of mushrooms in it, turkey tail and all of that. Those are really good for people with, issues. What was the other one I was trying to think of? Ivermectin, now they have ones for humans that they've made. That could be something to look into, because that helps get rid of like all these bacteria and stuff in our blood. So I know that that's really good, and it's been proven to help with like cancer. So I imagine this would kind of do the same thing. I would research it though. Like I always tell people to research what I tell you first. But celery juice, if you're not doing that, would really help you. But yes, you need to like get one of these things. Like I got this at Dollar General. I put ice in it and I put water in it. And if I didn't do that, I wouldn't drink it. I was not drinking water before I did that. So because this has ice and water and it keeps it cold, yeah, I don't know if she's taking too much or what, because it depends. Like, were you taking vitamin D? Is that why it was high? But again, an anti-inflammatory diet, I think, will help you. Yeah, so research it, because they do have ones for humans that they've made. I've seen them sell it like in like capsule form. Yeah. So maybe I was getting the vitamin D because it's too high. Usually, like I said, with fibromyalgia, it's low. So if I was picking that up, maybe it was because it's too high. So yeah, your doctor says quit for a while until it lowers, and then have your magnesium checked. But again, I think that this is all related to the lupus, and I think that you can, of course, lupus, there's no cure for it right now, but I think there will be some things that come out in the next couple years that will be good for these types of diseases. Again, mental health, emotions. I always tell people, what is that? It's like the Emotions 2.0 on Tubi. It really does explain how emotions can cause these things in our body. But specifically, fibromyalgia is related to mental health. So, if you start healing that part of yourself, it can help with the fibromyalgia. Your biggest thing here is the lupus. So, okay. Yeah. So then if it's too high, then, don't take it. But that could be why I was picking it up, because it was too high. And I took it as too low, because I know fibromyalgia from having it myself, it runs low. But you need to drink more water, and you need to change your diet. So look for an anti-inflammatory diet. You need to get a juicer and try the celery juice. Watch Medical Medium if you want to try to learn how to do it. And that's about it. I said the mushrooms, like the turkey tail and all that can be also beneficial for you as well. But I would definitely, you can get that tart cherry juice in Walmart. It does help with it, from my own experience. I didn't think it would, but it does help with like achiness. Also, if you can find anybody to do healing on you, that will be extremely helpful. So if you can find somebody to do Reiki or anything like that, that will help you as well. Also, you can heal yourself. There's meditations. There's some that are called heal yourself, or you can do it where you can do energy healing on yourself. So I would do that as well, because I think we forget that we are also energy. We're not just a physical body. So when your chakras are off balance and your energy field's off balance, then therefore you're off balance. And so, working on your chakras, getting some energy healing, or doing it yourself through meditation is going to be very helpful for you. What are you eating? And I know that it's hard when you're in pain to move, but the more that also you're not moving and you're sitting, the more achy you will get. So you need to do stretches if you can. Some sort of stretching, maybe type of yoga if you can. Anything that you can try to do. I actually need to get back on using my vibration plate. I can sit on the couch and just put my feet on it, and it helps drain everything. So, yeah. So for one thing, when we have this, we have trauma in our past or whatever, it holds in our body if we don't release it and heal it. Between that and stuck energy and everything being off balance, that can really cause us to get, sick. Yeah. So there are, like I said, you can have somebody that will do the energy healing for you, or you can do it yourself, and there's different kinds. Well, you have to eat. I would try lighter things. So obviously you don't want to eat ice cream if you're not supposed to have it. You're going to have to wean yourself off of that, because I'm sure that's not helping. You have to put things in your body that your body doesn't tolerate. So there are anti-inflammatory, the salt baths and putting your feet in salt could be nice. But that red light therapy is really good too. I know the red light therapy is really expensive, or it can be, but some places offer it, so it wouldn't be a bad thing to do either. But I think people don't realize that their diet has a lot to do with how they feel. So an anti-inflammatory diet, since you have a lot of autoimmune stuff, would be very, very beneficial for you. Yeah, well, she quit taking her D, so hopefully it's slowed down or gotten lower. But that's probably why I was getting D. Maybe it was high and not low, and I'm used to it being low and not high on people. So I didn't know how to read that. That makes sense, so. Okay, so implementing all those things is going to help you, I hope. Yeah, like I said, I think stretching will help you, energy healing. You have to implement all of these things. I know it's hard to want to do it. I know from my own experience. So it's hard to want to do any of these things, but you're welcome. All right, does someone say that they also ask me, you have my email. If you have any more questions, let me know. Somebody said they paid. Who was it? Mr. Mitter, I can't say your freaking name. This one. Yeah, well, I said turmeric. Turmeric and then the mushrooms. Yeah, turmeric will be good. I don't know, turmeric doesn't help me too much, but turmeric, depends on the quality. This person, Angelita, I can't pronounce your name. This person, your question's up now. But definitely drink more water, girl. Get you one of these. I'm telling you, I didn't drink a lot of water until I had this, and then I have bags I keep up with a bag of ice, and I always fill with ice and water. That's the only way I drink water now. Because the bottles don't sit cool enough, and I don't drink hot water. So, depending on what you like, but. Yeah. Yeah, I said turmeric. It's okay. Yeah, you're the one that I'm trying to call. I have your thing up here. That's what I'm saying. I can't say your name. So 2576. I can't say your name. So that's why I put this up here. So you're ready. It's time for your question now. Did you do 2 questions or 1 question? I haven't looked. Okay. Well, you got to ask your question here. So we'll do 1 question, I'll answer it, and then we'll do the next question. Yeah, well, I was thinking start off with stretching first, or like a little bit of walking or yoga. I wouldn't get into the kickboxing yet. Vibration plate. So I don't think so. That's what people need to understand. Is 2025 was hard financially and everything for a lot of people. The astrology was jacked. It was a year of like things that learning lessons about money, learning lessons about relationships, etc. Right? So 2026 is going to be a lot better for a lot of different people financially. And I think you're not going to have to worry as much about money next year. There's going to be a rebuilding, right? But so, okay, 1 question at a time, because you're going to get me off on, I have ADHD and I will go in other directions. So first of all, if you're worried about losing money in 2026, the biggest thing is you're going to have to, again, budgeting is very important. That's what's coming in, something about budgeting or understanding how you're losing money or where you're spending where you shouldn't be spending or where you're investing where you shouldn't be investing. So those types of things need to be looked at. If you need to hire someone to help you with that, that's always an option. But this next year is going to be easier for money to come, because I would look at your astrology and see where Saturn is and make sure it's not like in your 2nd house or something, because I feel like there's something going on with the astrology either yearly or in your personal chart that's affecting your money flow. And I am offering the money snapshots too. But next year is going to be better. Probably around March, April time frame, there's going to be a shift in the money. So it's either more income streams come in, or there's upgrade in the way that you receive and make money. So next year is going to be a lot better. Also, I'm getting like something about savings, like a high interest yield savings or something like that. You can put $5 into it every week or something like that and start building on that. Just kind of little nest egg. Anything extra that you have. I myself never have anything extra, but some people do, and it's coming in that to look into something like that. But next year is going to be better for money and a lot of different things for a lot of different people. Or this year. I keep saying next year because I keep thinking I'm in 25. This year, 2026. This year is about the fire horse. So it's taking everything you learned last year, learned about money, learned about relationships, learned about whatever you shed. So now you implement that into this year. Okay? So, yeah, next year will be better for you, especially, I get April a lot for people, and I think we're going to have some good astrology in April, or something, because that tends to come up in a lot of different readings for time frame. But there's gonna be a shift in the way that like money comes in, and all of that. But all of those things that were mentioned are ways to kind of like help you build and kind of keep things steady. And I feel like things might dip a little bit, then they're going to get steady, and then they'll go up towards the end of the year. Like from April and September, it'll be kind of like a build. So you're like kind of building and rebuilding this next year from things that you learned about last year. And he'll be gone in March, so maybe that's why I'm getting April, according to my dream. So, but it's so this last year was again the year of the snake. It was the 9 years, so it was all about endings. It was all about shedding skins, shedding old things, shedding people, shedding all of that, right? And then this year is a fire horse, so it's about action. It's about putting whatever you learned this year. So, whatever you learned this last year about money, relationships, whatever it was, whatever you went through this last year, you're changing and implementing things this year to make things go smoother, if I'm making sense. So hopefully all that makes sense as far as that's concerned. But things will go up this year. Okay, and again, there's going to be something shifting in the way that you make money, receive money, so there's going to be an upgrade of some sort, job-wise. So, let's see, as far as your husband getting healthier, look, this is the thing. You can't control what anybody does. As much as you want to, as much as you love people, you cannot make them do anything, period. Now, what you can do is just not buy junk anymore and just buy good food and look for healthy recipes and only allow that in the house. Does that mean he's not going to cheat sometimes? No. You can also offer, hey, let's go for a walk. Instead of making it about exercise, it's about time spending together. Okay? Hey, why don't we try some yoga together? Hey, why don't we get a vibration plate and do it together? Something of that sort. You know what I mean? So that's how you're going to do it. Don't let him go grocery shopping. But you can't force people to do things that they don't want to do. So there's some people that just don't like to go to the doctor and don't like to get things checked out. And you can't force them to do that. You can mention things in a very helpful, kind way. Hey, I would like to have you around for a while. Would you mind going and getting checked for me, not necessarily for himself? Because sometimes people don't care enough about themselves, but they'll do it for other people, if that makes sense. And so the way you have to approach this is that he's not going to be doing it alone. So if you exercise or you go on a walk, offer him along. Hey, do you want to go on a walk down the street? Do you want to, I don't know if you have animals. Do you want to go? Okay. Do you want to go, take a walk with me? Do you want to walk down the block? Do you want to go to the park? Do you want to, like I said, get some vibration plates. Those are really easy. He could literally sit on the couch and put his feet on it, and it helps, or stand on it. They're pretty cool. It's not like doing exercise at all, and it really does help. So there's that. And again, do all the grocery shopping, and just don't allow like that kind of stuff into the house. Does that mean like just cut cold turkey and don't eat crap food? No. Like we can all use some sort of sweet things once in a while. It's just cut back on that and change the diet. Like there's lots of diets out there you guys can look at together and see, hey, maybe is this something you would like? Because when people think about eating healthy, they think, oh, I'm going to eat like a rabbit, right? It's not, I eat like a rabbit, but it's not necessarily going to be like that. Like there's different diets and things that you can do that have, good recipes, right? That maybe you can cook together or enjoy together, or, show them these recipes. Hey, would you like to eat like this? And it's still good and it tastes good and it's not, bad. Does that mean he can't like cheat and have something else once in a while? No. So, make it a competition if you want to, but you can make it like a team thing. You can like push one another to do it. But he also has to make the decision to want to do it, right? You can't force him. But if you make it fun, if you make it something you can do together, if you make it easy, right? Because some people don't want to put the work into a diet, and they think like, oh my gosh, I got to do all this exercise and whatever. It doesn't even have to be that crazy, right? But going and getting a checkup every once in a while, getting your blood work done isn't a bad thing. Because look, I have a lot of people, and since I'm on the TV for him, there's a lot of people that I've done readings for whose husbands didn't take care of themselves and they left their wives alone. And they always come to me from the other side and say, I wish I would have done better. I wish I would have, gotten a checkup or this or that. You know what I mean? So that's important too, right? So, yeah. I think making it fun and making it things that you guys can do together and making it not so, like, would he like something like kickboxing or Tai Chi or something like that? Like, that might be something too where it doesn't feel like exercise, because I know I don't like anything that feels like exercise. That's why I like the vibration plate, because I actually haven't done it recently, but literally it's easy. It's like 10 minutes a day. But something like that, They have memberships, like gym memberships, so they do like Tai Chi, or you can, I'm sure, find something, you can do from home if he doesn't want to do that. You get a gym membership. They have pools. You can go swimming in the pool, like make it like a, couple times a week thing if you want to, or just go on a walk, like whatever you can decide to do together. If I'm making sense. And, get on and look and see, hey, would you like to do this diet or that diet, and there's recipes for it too. So there's so many different ways to get new diets and recipes and all of that. So, okay, but he has to decide to do it. You're not going to be able to force him to do it. But I think if you do it with him, he might be more apt to. That just means you have to do all the shopping, or you guys have to do it together. And don't expect them to dump everything out cold turkey, because, a little at a time is okay. Hey, Sabrina. Yeah, we'll hope all the best in 2026. I got a call, but you're welcome. I hope that was helpful. And yeah. So the snapshots are on the community page if you're interested in that. But it's basically probably going to be about the same thing I told you a little bit. But it's more astrological perspective. It's not too late. You can do a question if you want. I mean, I don't know if I should come back after my reading here or if I should go to TikTok. It just depends. I like it better here, but, like I said, I'm so far behind. And you're welcome. I hope it was helpful. And hopefully he agrees. Well, it depends on if anybody's going to be here and get readings. That's what I'm saying. I have to go where I can, because, literally, like I said, I am so far behind on everything. Okay, that's good. I'm glad. I'm glad that he agrees. That's a good thing. Like there's things that you can do that are easy that don't feel like work. You know what I mean? So it should. All it does is take you to PayPal, because I know if you're in Canada, you gotta do PayPal. So my Cash App is bad anyway. It's not working right now. And so there's PayPal. And PayPal is just the psychicsleuth@gmail.com, or you can find it on the QR code. Whatever works. I'm glad that he agrees. I'll have a little bit more time. At least my electric ain't that much. I don't think a lot of people would, though. I'm pretty sure I want to say it's a 30-minute reading. Oh, that's not Sabrina, Tracy. She's are you Sabrina or someone else? Because Trista says it's not you, and then you say you're from Canada and she's from Canada. So I'm confused because you guys have the same frickin' Phoenix name. Yeah, I could do time. I could do it. My reading's at 7:30. I just have to give myself a break. I have to see. I think is it 20? Her reading 20. Oh, her reading is 20 minutes. I don't know why I thought it was 30. Okay, that's good. Or maybe it's 30. I don't know. Okay. See, it's not Sabrina, Tracy, but she's also in Canada, so we were confused because she's also Phoenix on there. So. Okay. All right, Nicole. What's your question then? Trista just told me. Yeah, they have similar names. It's a little confusing. And they're both from Canada, so again, a little confusing. I don't know. I can always come back here and try and see if anybody shows up, and if they don't, I can go to TikTok. But I like it better here. But you know how it goes, because new people come on TikTok, or maybe here. I feel like this in and out feeling. So I don't know how much he was involved this year, but it feels like this year is going to be in and out. So I don't know if that's less or. I feel like it's just like I feel like this in and out feeling. You know what I mean? Like, just when it's convenient, if that makes sense. Well, that's the thing too, is like this is his relationship with his son. So he's building that on his own. So whatever he's doing, your son is smart and he's seeing it. So that's between them two. But again, I feel like it's still an in and out thing, and there might be a time of absence there. But yeah, she's Phoenix Night Rose. That's why, Tracy. Similar. So that's the thing, is you're gonna have to let like those two kind of, because your son is eventually gonna like push him away, because he sees more than you think he sees, and he understands more. And whenever our parents are a certain way to us, like sometimes we just kind of block them out. But it feels like an in and out feeling. But towards the end of the year, it's like less and less. Do you know what I mean? Like the absence will be less and less. But for a while, it's gonna be kind of in and out. But like to mid to end of year is the way that it's coming across, that it'll be less and less. And there might be a couple months where you don't hear from him, because it's his ego that's being hurt. And he wants to be in control of everything. And because he's not in control, then, like you said, it's pissy. He's pissed off about it. So he'll probably throw a fit and not be around for a couple months, because that's how narcissists are, right? So yeah, well, I mean, it's going to be in and out for a while, and then it'll be less towards the mid to end of the year. But might be a couple months where you don't hear from him, or when he doesn't come around. And it might be too because your son just finally says, you know what? Yeah. Well, that's what narcissists do. That's what I'm saying. Like, he wants to control the situation and he wants to control everything. But your son has say in the relationship, and that's what he's not understanding. If he's acting a certain way, the son's not going to want to hang out with him. Like, they see things that, they don't want to be around certain energies, or, they don't want to be controlled. So he might just eventually tell him, but I feel like, again, it's going to be in and out, and then it'll, like, middle to the end of the year, it'll be less and less, but there might be where you don't hear from him for a couple months. So, your son's smart, and he can see that his dad's a narcissist. He can see about the control thing. So, like I said, he might just eventually tell him. But yeah, it feels like he'll be in and out, and then I guess that's what they're saying, is it's going to be less, because he might, like, just not come around for a little bit. At least 2 months is what I'm getting at some point. And as your son gets older, then you're not going to have to worry about him that much anymore. Oh yeah, she's a good friend of ours. She actually hasn't been in here in a while, because I haven't been in here. Yeah, I know the feeling. So once he understands he can't control the situation, he'll probably throw a fit. So yeah, do you guys want me to try to come back here after my reading? I don't know if you guys are gonna be around. It is Friday night, so I can always pop in and see how it goes, and if it doesn't go, then I can. go to TikTok, which I would rather not do. So, but I have to do readings. I was supposed to do them yesterday, and I was so tired and my eyes hurt so bad. And it was raining, like pouring outside, and the dogs were in, and I was just like, I need to. That's why I didn't go to my mom's, and then I didn't do it. No, it's actually not. Your son has a work schedule with his job, so it's his job's responsibility. But that's him being a narcissist and trying to blame you for everything. Well, Tracy, depends on if people want readings. You know what I mean? Well, if you're worried that he's going to take you to court, just take him to court first. But how old is your son? Because there's a certain point where your son will get to decide. I was going to say 17. I should have said it. I was going to say 17. That's what I was getting. So it doesn't matter. He gets to choose. There won't be any court. No, it doesn't matter because your son will get to choose. My son was 17 when I moved out here, and he got to choose to stay with his dad. I would check the rules at your state, but I'm pretty sure it's like that just about everywhere. When they get a certain age, they get to choose. So I should have said 17, but I was like second guessing it. Yeah. But yeah, at that age they get to choose. So, and there's 17 people in here right now. So yeah, it'll be okay. Like I said, and then your son's not going to even have to deal with it. You're not even going to have to deal with it pretty soon when he's 18. So, but yeah, I didn't have a say. Like, we went to court anyways, and my son got to choose where he wanted to go. So, and he wanted to stay in California because his friends were there. And he never lived with his dad, so he wanted to try it. He didn't want to come to Arizona. Didn't have anything to do with me, he just didn't want to be in Arizona. I was like, okay, well, I don't have a choice. I gotta go, kid. So, but I raised him his whole life. But yeah, so he'll get to choose anyways. I was thinking 17. Gosh dang it, Rochelle, you should say shit. Yep. But, I mean, you could check your state laws, but I'm pretty sure it's the same. Just about everywhere. And it would be kind of pointless to go to court with that one. He's going to be 18 in a year. Yeah, I saw that. I sent coordinates and everything to like 6 different scientists or something regarding that. So I don't know. Did I say they were going to do another search or something? I don't remember. And I noticed some of the predictions, like for my political stuff, like when we thought it was going to be last year, it's this year. Like I kept thinking December 17th was something last year, but actually it was this year because Jack Smith, I guess, went before the whatever court. And then, yeah, I said he wasn't going to give up, and now he's trying to. Put testimony before the court. I don't know. I sent a bunch of stuff in because we went over the astrology of it was a little bit easier than trying to describe it. Well, that's up to his son. It has nothing to do with you. But they always want to blame us because they're narcissists. I know I dealt with it too. He would always blame me for not seeing his son when like he could come see him anytime, but apparently that was my fault. I never kept him from him. He just didn't want to drive and get him or make the time from his work schedule or whatever. So that was always my fault. That's how it is. It's always our fault, but they don't want to make the time. So just try to have the least conversations that you have with him. Oh, I don't remember that. I'm glad you do. Well, maybe they'll find it. I mean, this year Pluto and Aquarius is about a lot of different truths coming to light, cases and whatnot. So that, and when Saturn goes into Aries, so we'll see. Yep. All right. Well, it's 7:11. My reading's in like 15 minutes, so I got to get off and take a break before I go do that, and then I will come back here in about in just a little bit. And if nobody's here to get readings, then I'll leave and go to TikTok. As long as I'm able to. So I appreciate you guys getting questions and readings. It's helpful to me. Appreciate it. And I hope that it was helpful. My brain doesn't feel like it's working very well tonight. Yeah, I just think when your son's 18, like, you really don't have to have anything to do with them anymore. Like, I don't even talk to mine anymore, dude. When he was out here, they were a-holes to me. And, yeah, I don't have nothing unless I have my mom call if we need to find out if he's okay. So, I will schedule it. So as I schedule it, it should pop up like scheduled. I can post it. So it's going to be probably like, I don't know. I might have to bring in the dogs. I'm not sure because it's getting a little cold. Maybe, I don't know, 45 minutes, an hour, or something like that. Yeah, that's why I said it's between them. It's their relationship. So just let them have their relationship. That's the thing. Your son will tell them eventually, you know. Just like, my son decided what he decided. He's going to be an adult soon. So you're welcome. All right. Like I said, he's going to tell him eventually. So, when he gets the nerve to do it. Yep. That's part of the lessons and things between them. That's what I was saying. Like, it's between them. You know what I mean? Like, they'll figure it out. Like, he'll tell them or whatever. So, exactly. It's their experiences, their lessons, all of that. Like, that's how I've let it be, with mine. I told the I was like, that's your guys' relationship. I ain't even involved no more. So, but they're all right. I'm gonna get off here and take a break before my reading. So keep an eye out if you guys want to come back and hang out. I'll try here first. Well, like I said, it depends. It depends on if people want questions or not. So I'm so far behind. So if I don't do something soon, I'm probably not gonna have a car, and I can't afford to do that because I live out here in the middle of nowhere. So, hey, cat. You can't make a narcissist see anything, Nicole. That's the problem. You just can't. Yeah, cat. I'm getting off here, but I'll be back. I'll be back. Everybody wants me. People want me to come back, so I have a reading right now. So I'll come back after the reading and see what happens and go from there. So I'll try to schedule it so there'll be like a notification. But some people aren't getting their notifications, so make sure the bell's on. If you have to unsubscribe and then resubscribe, sometimes people were saying that was helping them get their notifications. So that's something else people are talking about. All right. All right. I'll see you guys in a bit, hopefully. Yeah, I will. I will. And then if people want your email readings, you can do that too. I only have like one I gotta get to. So. All right. Yeah, I gotta go take a break before my reading. I'll see you guys in a bit.